MS Ramaya University of Applied Sciences.
Hello students, in this video we will be discussing the computer aided manufacturing CAM using Capsturn simulation software. The learning objective of Machine Shop Simulation Lab through Capsturn software are to provide experience on modeling, generation of tool path and part program through Capsturn software, to identify the sequence of operations, to select the cutting tools, cutting parameters and work holding devices for various operations, demonstrate the different types of operations through graphical simulation, to generate the NC program, time study sheet, tool list and tool layout sheet for the existing model. Capsturn is a software that allows users to create GN code programs that can be used to cut different geometric shapes on CNC turning center. Capsturn software includes a CAD environment, a geometry to G-code translator, and a G-code simulator. It is supported to learning CNC technology, understanding machine operations, selection of cutting tools and cutting parameters, usage of work holding devices. It helps to learning and practicing machine operations safely and economically without damage to the machine or injury to the students or operators. The Capsturn software is supported to use with following steps: creating geometry, selecting tools, performing roughing and finishing operations, viewing tool path, generating documents. Experimental model. Students see the part drawing for the turning operations like facing, plane turning, grooving and threading using Capsturn simulation software. Experimental procedure. The Capsturn programming process consists of the following 8 steps: start new program file, define work setup, draw the part, define blank, perform machining operations, select machine, simulation, generate NC program, power, tool list and time study list. Define work setup. Start Capsturn, double click on the Capsturn icon. The work setup dialog box appears automatically when you start a new part. In the setup, data 1 enter the following data: unit, workpiece material, cast iron, alloy, medium hardness, holding, external, limiting spindle speed 3000 rpm, jaw position absolute Z -20, clearance Z5, clearance OD 200, clearance ID 0. Enter the following data in setup data 2. Tool change position, rear turret, X equal to 300, Z equal to 100, jaw height 20, jaw width 20. Click on the documentation tab and enter the general data as shown below. Part number equal to 1234, part name shaft, setup number 34, fixture name FXT34, programmer name. Create part. Go to the main menu, select draw, multi-line and enter the following coordinates in sequence. Start point of x, z 00 and then 40 0, 40 minus 50, 80 minus 50, 80 minus 80, 120 minus 100, 180 minus 40, 180 minus 170 and 180 minus 200. Number of sides are 8. Length of side is 60 mm with 5 mm corner radius and specify the center point x, y 0 0. Click OK. Create external groove. As per the drawing, create the external groove by selecting Draw, groove and enter the following in the dialog box that appears. Depth 5 mm, base width 10 mm, chamfer at top 1, angle of sides 0, radius at base 0, enter the position x, z 120, minus 115. Create blank. Select Draw, Define blank. Enter the following in the dialog box that appears. Length 240, diameter 184, start Z equal to 1. Click on OK. Save the file. Part Geometry and blank. After completing the part geometry, pink line and blank, and click on machining and see the generated part. Turning operations. Facing. Switch to the machining menu by clicking on the machining button on the dialog bar. Select Facing tool from Tool Library and enter the following machining data. Tool Library equal to General MM, Tool Type External Turn, Tool PCLNL 1616 Het09 R04, Tool Material Carbide. Specify the safe approach distance and finish allowance in the dialog box that appears on the screen. Enter the cutting speed 130 m per minute, feed rate equal to 0.3 mm per revolution for turning operation. Contour turning operation. Select Contour turning operation tool from Tool Library and enter the following machining data like Tool Library General MM, Tool Type External Turn, Tool DCLNL 2525 12R04, Tool Material Carbide. Specify the safe approach distance and finish allowance in the dialog box that appears on the screen. Enter the cutting speed 130 m per minute, feed rate equal to 0.3 mm per revolution for turning operation. External grooving operation. Select Grooving tool from Tool Library and enter the following machining data. Tool Library equal to General MM, Tool Type External Groove, Tool 1212 2W 0.2R 08D, Tool Material HSS. Specify the safe approach distance and finish allowance. Enter the cutting speed 130 m per minute, feed rate equal to 0.3 mm per revolution. External threading operation. Select External threading tool and enter the following machining data. Tool Library equal to General MM, Tool Type equal to External Thread, Tool equal to Thread 16 x 16 60 degree depth 3 mm, Tool Material equal to Cemented Carbide. Specify the safe approach distance and thread types in the dialog box that appears on the screen. Enter the thread pitch equal to 2 mm, depth 2 mm, number of passes equal to 3, cutting speed equal to 20 m per minute. Machine tool. Select the Fanuc 6M machine for sequence of operations. Tool path simulation. Select tool path for simulation of the model through order-wise. Simulation starts in solid mode and see in 2D view. Simulation can be till the next motion, next tool, next operation or end of the program. See the simulation video. Generate NC program. Click on NC program on the menu bar and see the generated NC program. Power graph. Click on Documents in the main menu. Select Power Graph. A graph indicating the power consumed for each operation is displayed. Click on Close to exit Power Graph. Tool List. Click on Documents in the main menu. Select Tool List. See the list of tools that is used for the process. Click on Close to exit from the Tool List sheet. Cycle Time List. Click on Documents, Tool Layout sheet. See the cycle time list for the selected cutting parameters and cutting time. See the total machining time. Click on Close to exit from the Tool Layout sheet. Thank you for watching the video.
At MSR UAS, we spark your imagination unlike any other.